Hello, everybody. Mike from Southern California again, and you're on the mic. On today's episode, I'm going to continue in Houston, Texas, with the series on Dub Studios and Dub Studio profiles. Today, I'm going to focus on Sentai Filmworks and Seraphim Digital Sounds. Brief recap: they are the successor to ADV, which closed down in 2009, originally starting up in 1992. Um, and I'll go a little further more into that. Some of the titles were picked up um, by Sentai from ADV, among other titles. So I'm going to go ahead now, and I'm going to give you the some more detail on Sentai Filmworks and their history a bit here. So here we go. Okay, so Sentai Filmworks is an American anime licensing company based in Houston, Texas, specializing in Japanese animation and film. The company was formed in 2008 by John Ledford, formerly of AD Films. Basically, it was founded by basically it was in essence founded by the guys who also founded ADV in 2008. So, of course, they're still active, of course. Um, some of Sentai's notable licensed animes series include Clannad, Heion, High School of the Dead, Angel Beats, Love, Chunibyo, and Other Delusions, Watamote, Akame ga Kill, Parasite the Maxine, and Kame ga Kill. Of course, were on Toonami at one point. So you might remember those. Angel Beats is also a pretty popular one. Pretty popular kind of idol rock band type. In fact, from what I understand on Angel Beats, some of their songs have actually had crossover J-pop success. So let's see. Is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? And Made in Abyss, as well as the films Royal Space Force, The Wings of um, Homeamise, Grave of the Fireflies, Ninja Scroll, The Garden of Words, and Children Who Chase Lost Voices. So here's a bit more on the history. Beginning in 2008, Sentai had started releasing their first titles, which included Clannad, Princess Resurrection, Indian Summer, Appleseed, and Maho Romantic, formerly licensed by Genion. Maho Romantic, it was a pretty good one. As a so Clannad is also a good one. I've seen that one recently. The titles were initially distributed by ADV Films. On September 1st, 2009, ADV Films had closed their doors and sold off their assets, which included transferring distribution rights to Section 23 Films. So initially, some of the titles that ADV Films had licensed for distribute now for distribution, meaning basically to sell as DVDs and stuff like that. For distribution, they sold them off to Section 23, and for a while their Section 23 films had the licenses. So to continue on, Sentai's anime titles were initially localized and produced by Seraphim Digital Sound. Certain titles such as Queen's Blade, Rebellion, and Persona 4 the animation were produced by Headline Sound Studios and Bang Zoom, respectively. So, okay, the Queen's Blade Rebellion, basically, Queen's Blade series was dubbed in New York. That's where I guess where Headline Sound Studios would be. Persona 4 the animation, which was done by Bang Zoom, that was done out here in LA. In 2014, Sentai Filmworks had opened their in-house localization and recording facility, Sentai Studios. So prior to 2014, from basically from 2008 to 2013, they would subcontract to other studios, primarily Seraphim Digital Sounds, to do their dubbing. They opened up Sentai Studios in 2014. So some of the more recent dubs that you guys may know of were done by Sentai. Prior to that, they were done by Seraphim Digital Sound. I'm pretty sure Seraphim still handles much of their work as well. So with that all being said, that's basically the history of it. I'm now gonna go through the dub titles of some of the titles. Now, mind you, in previous videos for like Blue Water and for ADV, I was able to give you the dub release date. In this case, I'm not going to be able to because the resource I was using only goes up to 2011. So since the majority of the titles come after that for Sentai, these will be the dates I will refer to here are the original Japanese release dates, and you can approximate that sometime within a year or two after the Japanese date, they were eventually dub released. I do know some of the dub release dates, but for the most part, the dates I'm going to give you here will be for the Japanese release date. So with that being said, let's get going here. So these are the series that were basically dubbed most likely by Seraphim Digital or Sentai Sound Studios. Seraphim Digital Sound or Sentai Sound. So their first series that they apparently the first or at least first release series that they dubbed from 2006 to 2007 was Intrigue in the Bakumatsu Irano Iro Hanihohito. Say that one 3 times fast. That was a pretty interesting one. Some supernatural stuff going on. It was basically it's a show. I guess you call it a shonen anime, historical anime focused around the Bakumatsu time, basically the time of the Shinsengumi and all that. Oh wait, what? Dude. Anyway, so moving on from that, also they released the 2006 series Momo, the Girl God of Death, Blue Drop in 2007, which I believe was previously dubbed by ADV, Clanid, which is a kind of a good harem anime. Very sweet one as well. It's one I think you guys should check out. For those of you who are into like, you know, some real good like kind of schoolgirl harem anime. And then let's see, which came out the release date was 2007, 2008. Then Den no Koli. They also had Elf, A Fairy Tale of the Two, Ghost Hound, Princess Resurrection, Clannad After Story. So both Clannad series. They were both Clamp series, basically. Go 13, which is one I'm watching right now. That one was a pretty good series. I think the dub release was 2010. I guess the original Japanese release 2008, 2009. 50 episodes. Um, Kind of a darker anime in terms of it's basically follows the cases of a hired assassin. So if you're into that kind of thing, you might want to check out Gogo 13. Um, then they also released Legends of the Dark King, a Fist of the North Star story. Um, Zamid, Lost Memories. Kanan, Gween Saga, fantasy adventure type anime. Let me tell you something about Gween, because Gween was a good one too. Gween, if any of you have ever played the game Tekken, and you remember the one warrior who kind of looked like a leopard, that's what Gween looks like, and fights in a very similar style. So, um, then you have Maria Holic, um, Needless, Neon Koi, Tears to Tiara, um, Tokyo Magnitude 8.0, Angel Beats, which is a very popular anime in turn, it's kind of a musical anime, kind of pop idol, pop rock kind of anime. In fact, as I said earlier, a number of their songs I think were even crossovers to J-pop hits. Um, and I believe some of these titles were originally a part of ADV's. I guess not because these were released later than that, but a lot of the same voice actors, voice actresses were involved here. So, um, Angel Beats, Demon King, Daimao, Hakuoki, Dawn of the Shinsengumi, another kind of Bakumatsu era Japan type anime. This one, also Hakuoki had a number. They had Dawn of the Shinsengumi, Demon of the Fleeting Blossom, and Record of the Jade Blood. So it was a pretty good, pretty interesting series there. High School of the Dead, of a zombie school thriller. Maid Sama, MM, Night Raid 1931, Samurai Girls, Squid Girl season 2 episodes 13 through 24. I believe that was more distributed by Sentai. I think Squid Girl was dubbed out here in LA. But I believe it was Xanthi Hune who was the voice of Squid Girl. Now it's done. Let's see, The World God Only Knows, Battle Girls Time Paradox, Chihaya Furu, Dream Eater Mary, um, Heaven's, and I believe in Dream. I believe Vic may have even been in Dream Eater Mary. That one I think he was definitely in. Um, Heaven's Memo Pad, Horizon in the Middle of Nowhere, Infinite Stratos, Kamisama Dolls, Majikoi O Samurai Girls, Maria Holic Alive, the sequel to Maria Holic, um, Mayochiki, number 6, Penguin Drum, rather, Five Brain Puzzle of the God, 2011, 2012. I'm just going down the list here. I know that I would said I'd go through the actual release dates, but just figured it'd just be easier to go down the list, and then guys want to ask, I could probably do that. Ungo, okay, yeah, because these are more as I said, the original Japanese release dates, so that's why I'm not bothering with them. Um, AKB0048. That one was another, I think, idol type anime. The Ambition of Oda Nobuna. Another Audacious Space Pirates. B Tomb. Campion. Um, Dusk Maiden of Amnesia. From the New World. Girls und Panzer. Hiro no Kakara. The Tamayori Princess Saga. That one sounds interesting. Uh, whatever Tamayori Princess is. Um, Horizon in the Middle of Nowhere 2. Inu Boku Secret Service. Kids on the Slope. Kill Me Baby. Kokoro Connect. La Storia della Arcana Famiglia. Little Busters. Love, Chunibyo, and Other Delusions. Medaka Box. Medaka Box Abnormal. Muv Love Alternative. Total Eclipse. Mysterious Girlfriend X. Um, Nakaimo, My Sister's Among Them. I've seen that one. That's a cute one, too. A guy who could pretend. Basically, the main plot is it's a harem anime in which, in order to succeed his father, he needs to find a wife, and people and their his opposition is trying to trick him into marrying his own sister. So it's kind of an interesting anime you might want to check out. Say I Love You, Shining Hearts, Suritama, AKB 0048 Next Stage. It's the sequel to the previous series I talked about. Amnesia, Beyond the Boundary, Devil Survivor 2, the animation, Dog and Scissors, Fate Khalid Liner Prisma Ilia. That one's part of the Fate series. Sentai and Seraphim did dub this part of the series, the parts that the Khalid Liner Prisma arcs. So they did that one. Gatchaman Crowds, which I think is a sequel to the original Gatchaman series. Um, Kind of a newer version of this anime because this there was an older version of this, but a 2013 version of Hakuden Eight Dogs of the East, Infinite Stratos 2, Leviathan, The Last Defense, Little Buster's Refrain, another and on some of these too, because I've looked up on YouTube before, like top 100, top 200, 300, 500 anime openings of all time. A lot of these have some good openings too. That you guys might want to check out. Good musical openings too. So Little Busters Refrain, which is gets a sequel to Little Busters. Log Horizon, Majestic Prince, Watamote. No matter how I look at it, it's you guys' fault. I'm not popular. Okay. Onigiri Outbreak Company. Um another kind of harem anime that's interesting, in which Japan is trying to invade the fairy world, but instead of going in guns blazing, as it were, they try to do it by basically a cultural invasion through like manga and anime, getting hooked on that. So interesting use of anime. um, Outbreak Company is a pretty funny one to check out. You guys might want to check that out. Problem children are coming from another world, aren't they? Um, Rosen Maiden, Zoruk Spulen, a part of the Rosen Maiden. This part of the Rosen Maiden series was dubbed by ADD. Previous versions were dubbed out here in LA. So, or this version was dubbed by Sentai. I'm sorry, not ADV, by Sentai. But previous versions of Rosen Maiden were dubbed out in LA. Samurai Bride, Sunday Without God, Tamako Market, The World God Only Knows, Goddess's Arc, Akame Ga Kill, which came out on Toonami a few years back. I think like the Japanese date was 2014. I think it came out in 2015. It was on Toonami. Some of you may have caught that on there. It was Sentai that was responsible for the distribution. Seraphim Digital Sounds, but well, even by this time, it might have been Sentai Studios, Sentai Sound, that actually did the dub of this. But Kame ga Kill, which many of you probably seen on Toonami, was distributed by Sentai. Amagi Brilliant Park, Black Bullet, Brynhilder in the Darkness, Chaika the Coffin Princess, Chaika the Coffin Princess, Avenging Battle, Cross Eng, Rondo of Angel and Dragon, Diabolic Lovers, Drama Tickle Murder, Fate, Khalid, Liner, Prisma, Ilya, Two Way, a sequel to the previous Fate, Khalid, Liner, Prisma, Ilya series. Haikyuu. Haikyuu is a sports anime. They got some cool opening songs. I know their openings have been featured on a number of all time great anime openings. Haikyuu is basically about is a volleyball anime. So for those of you interested in volleyball, you might want to check. Well, even in sports anime, there are some good storylines in a lot of sports animes, guys. So even if you're not a fan of like a particular sport, whether it be basketball or in this case volleyball or whatever, there are some good storyline aspects to a lot of times. Because a lot of these sport animes, what also ends up happening, there's a lot of like character development and stuff like that you guys might enjoy as well. So you should still check them out, even if you're not, let's say, a sports fan or a fan of that particular sport. Um, Hamataro, the animation, Han, um, Hana Yamada, Log Horizon 2, Love, Chunibyo, and Other Delusions, Heartthrob, Magical Warfare, Monthly Girls, Nozaki Kun, No Game, No Life, another one that has a great opening, one that I hope to check out at some point. Nobunaga the Fool, Parasite the Maxine, another one you all should probably remember from Toonami a couple years ago. I do remember Brittany Karbowski voicing the role of the Parasite Migi in that. Then you have Re as in regarding Hamataro, um, Sony Annie, Super Sonico, the animation, Tonari no Sekekun, the Master of Killing Time, Trinity 7, when supernatural battles become commonplace, Wizard Barristers, um, Alharu Machine Gun, Chivalry of a Failed Knight, Dialogue Lovers 2, More Blood. Guessing with that title, that might indicate that Diabolic Lovers is a bit of a gory type anime. Um, and 2 is obviously more gory than the first one. Fate, Khalid, Liner, Prisma, Ilya, Two Way, Hertz. The third part of the Khalid, Liner, Prisma arc. Food Wars. Food Wars, which was originally released in Japan in 2015, is currently being shown on Toonami at 1 a.m. on Sunday mornings, at Saturday night leading to Sunday morning. So if you guys aren't watching that, I would recommend you do because it's a very interesting anime. Resolving your conflicts with cooking battles. It might make you a little hungry too, and you see it. It's pretty good anime though. Again, even if you guys are not into, let's say, the subject, whether it be sports or cooking or what have you, there are still some good story elements in a lot of these that you guys just might want to check out. Um, so, so anyways, as we move We continue on here. Gate, on all caps. Um, Himoto Umaru-chan. Um, is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? I'm guessing that might be another harem anime. Probably more of an interesting one. You guys, I mean, the title itself is a bit of a tagline that might get you guys to want to watch. Monster Musume, My Love Story, School Live, Flip Flappers, Flying Witch. I just found School Live and Flying Witch on demand on Anime Network on demand on my cable system, and I checked out the first episode. Both look like pretty good animes to watch. You guys might want to check them out. Food Wars: A Second Plate, which I would imagine is the sequel to Food Wars. Okay, so as I'm continuing on here, haven't you heard I'm Sakamoto? Tanaka-kun is always listless. Anonymous Noise, Armed Girls, Machiavellism, Grimoire of Zero, um, Hirojime, My Hero, Land of the Lustrous, Made in Abyss, Princess Principal. Now, some of these titles are a little bit newer titles, and I believe maybe I don't know if they're dubbed yet, but because some of these now we're getting into 2017 and stuff, they may not be. Some of them may be, some of them may not be, but or they may be getting dubbed as we speak. Um, Scum's Wish, Bloom into You, Devil's Line, Doreku the Animation, Mr. Tonagawa, Real Girl, Review Starlight, The Seven Heavenly Virtues, as opposed to the Seven Deadly Sins, I guess. Um, Tada Never Falls in Love, and Takunomi. So those are the anime series, and here are some of the specials that they're licensing right now, including Ushio and Tora from 92 to 93, Gatchaman, Elfin Lead, The Spirit of the Sun, Ice, Broken Blade, Quotient, Hakuoki, A Memory of Snowflowers, High School of the Dead, Drifters of the Dead, Infinite Stratos Encore, Sextet of Burning Love, The Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky, Rurouni Kenshin, New Kyoto Arc. I said the Samurai X series, as I told you yesterday, Samurai X portion of the Rurouni Kenshin saga was done by ADV, so some of the properties were done by, of course, um, Sentai as well. Sayuki Gaiden, as I mentioned yesterday, the first couple of series of Sayuki were done by ADV. A boy can fight aliens. The boy, this boy can fight aliens. Tora no Kwan, Girls und Panzer. I guess that's a special OVA. Um, this boy caught a merman. So I guess there's a set of special other called starting out with this boy. Upati, that's how I pronounce it, but Upotte. Um, Girls und Panzer. This is the real Anzio battle. Little Busters X. And is it wrong to expect a hot spring in a dungeon? I guess this is an OVA of the previous one I talked about with um, is it wrong to find a girlfriend in a dungeon or whatever? Okay, so and here are some films that they currently are licensing. Some of these I think were previously um, licensed and dubbed by ADV, so keep that in mind. Including, let's see, Gatchaman the movie, Vampire Hunter D, Grave of the Fireflies, Appleseed, Clannad the motion picture, Yono Yono Penguin, Colorful, Gintama, the movie. Loops equals Garus. Marduk Scramble, the first compression. Planzet, Children Who Chase Lost Voices. Um, Five Numbers. I know I mentioned some of these movies earlier when I was going over the history there, so bear in mind you might hear them again. Marduk Scramble, the second combustion, the Tibetan Dog, the life of Budori Gutsko, Marduk Scramble, the third exhaust. Because it's a series of OVAs, I guess. Marduk Scramble. Aura Koga Meryun, Meryun's Last War, The Garden of Words, Hakuoki Demon of the Fleeting Blossom, Wild Dance of Kyoto, Love Chunibyo, and Other Delusions, Rika Takanashi version, um, Short Piece, Bodacious Space Pirates, Abyss, Hyperspace, Food Wars, the second plate movie. These are these right now are movies. Hakuoki Demon of the Fleeting Blossom, Warrior Spirit of the Blue Sky, New Initial D, Legend, One Awakening, Tomoko Love Story, Beyond the Boundary, I'll Be Here Future, and Beyond the Boundary, I'll Be Here Past, Girls und Panzer der Film, um, New Initial D, Legend 2 Racer, I guess is a new take on the Initial D series. Typhoon Noruda, um, New Initial D, Legend 3 Dream, and then No Game, No Life Zero. So those are like a lot of the movies that they have done. And then live action films that they've dubbed include the Kunoichi Ninja Girl and Kaiju Mono. Then they have a section here on outsourced dubs. So these are dubs produced by ADV and outsourced to other recording studios. So I think what they're saying is these are ones that ADV may have done the post production for, but the actual voice talent that was used was probably at some of these other studios, including Rosen Maiden Overture from Bang Zoom Entertainment, K-On! K-On! With one exclamation point and K-On! With two both K-On! Series from Bang Zoom Entertainment. Queen's Blade Beautiful Warriors by Headline Sound Studios. Persona 4 the animation by Bang Zoom. And as I said, these were produced by ADV, probably in post doing a lot of the post production work, but just outsourced to other studios like out in LA or New York to do the actual voice work. Queen's Blade Rebellion by again in New York with Headline Sound Studios, and then Bang Zoom again with Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. So those were the anime series that were outsourced by ADVs by ADV slash Sentai. And then the special OVAs, Mahal Romantic, I'm Home by Bang Zoom Entertainment. So and then and I don't know who Salami Studios is, but in 2017 they outsourced the Dragon Dentist to Salami in films. Bang Zoom they outsourced the Bang Zoom again for Fate Stay Night on the Blade Works the movie. Now here are some let's see, anime works done by previous distributors but licensed at one point by. So these are now these are series that were licensed by Sentai, meaning that they got the rights to either sell them as DVDs and or broadcast them on Anime Network. So here we go. So Science Ninja Team Gatchaman, which was dubbed by ADV. Again, as I told you yesterday too, They picked up a lot of the ADV stock, maybe not everything, but a lot of it. And then there were other studios as well. Aura Battler Dumbine, dubbed by ADV. Um, Pat Labor, the Mobile Police, dubbed by Matlin Studios and Matlin Recording, which was, I believe, based in New York, as I understand it. Let's see. Nadia, The Secret of Blue Water, dubbed by Monster Island. Now, Monster Island Studios, just to let you guys know, was a precursor studio to like the ADV studio. It was one of the earlier studios that ADV had used. See, Those Who Hunt Elves by ADV, Clamp School Detectives, which was dubbed by Coastal Carolina Sound Studios. Um, So Clamp, so there was a series of dubs out there. Clamp School Detectives was one of them that was dubbed in Carolina, actually, with a studio called Coastal Carolina Sound Studios, or sometimes called Coastal Sound Studios. Um, ADV, or in this case, Sentai licensed Clamp School Detectives for the purposes of selling it and or broadcasting it on Anime Network. Say, Vampire Princess Miyu, dubbed by Studiopolis Intersound. Studiopolis is a studio out here in LA, often used by Viz Media. Viz Media will subcontract a lot of their work to um, to Studiopolis. Let's see. So Sorcerer Stabber, um, Orphan, dubbed by ADV Films, part of the Orphan series. That's basically season 2 of the Orphan series. Or actually, no, that's season 1. I'm sorry. Basically, the Sorcerer Stab, Orphan and Orphan's Revenge they were dubbed by ADV, and the licenses were picked up by Sentai at some point. The Big O, which was dubbed by Animes, which is dubbed out here in LA. DG Carrot by Sync Point. Um, Pet Shop of Horrors by Skycrest Entertainment. Sakura Wars, which was dubbed again by Monster Island Studios, which of course was based in Houston. So, and I'll get to the Houston-based voice actors in a moment here. A Little Snow Fairy Sugar by Media Concepts. Magical Play, dubbed by again here in Houston, Monster Island Studios. They also licensed the Maho Romantic series, which is dubbed by Bang Zoom out in LA. Azumanga Daioh, dubbed by ADV. Um, Another ADV dub, Magical Shopping Arcade Benaboshi, Princess Tutu, which was dubbed previously by ADV. She, the Ultimate Warrior, dubbed by Robert Burke Studios. Divergence Eve and Go Danner were also dubbed by ADV and were at some point distributed by Sentai. Lunar Legends Tsukihime um, was dubbed by Bang Zoom and at some point distributed by Sentai. Popotan, which was actually dubbed up in Canada by the Ocean Studios crew, which I will feature on Monday. So have that to look forward to. I'll feature Ocean Studios on Monday. Um, Popotan, it was licensed by Sentai. Some Days Dreamers, dubbed by Media Concepts. Wandaba Style, dubbed formerly by ADV Films. Daphne in the Brilliant Blue, dubbed by the Post Office LLC. That Daphne in the Brilliant Blue was done out here in LA. That one I know because it was mainly the LA voice actors and actresses that were part of that one. Destiny of the Shrine Maiden, dubbed by Bang Zoom out here in LA. Elfin Lead, previously dubbed by ADV. So a lot of these titles that they at one point of license are coming, of course, formerly of ADV Films as well as Bang Zoom. So and some of them were of course outsourced to Bang Zoom as well. Some of the ones that they have. So um, Hana Hanakyo Metin La Verite, dubbed by Bang Zoom. That was a pretty good one. That's another interesting um, harem anime. Mezzo and Yumira, formerly dubbed by ADV. Negima is now actually, or I don't know if it's now being distributed by Sentai, but it was. But this is one of the titles they picked up at some point. The dub was it's a Funimation dub in which you have Greg Ayres, who was Negi, and Lucy Christian, who is Austin, are the two lead characters in that. Strawberry Marshmallow, which was dubbed by Blue Water. Strawberry Marshmallow, as I talked about yesterday, was dubbed by Blue Water Studios, so up in Calgary. Um, Sentai got the distribution right. Let's see, the Familiar of Zero, Fate Stay Night which were both dubbed by. So I believe now the Fate Stay Night series is being distributed by Sentai Filmworks. So anything connected with Fate Stay Night, Fate Zero, and all that is probably being distributed by um, Sentai. And they were dubbed. Many of the titles were dubbed by Bang Zoom, with the exception of the Khalid arc. Um, Higurashi When They Cry, dubbed by Bang Zoom. Again, the LA boys based. Uta Wareru Mono. And I know there have been some sequels to that as well. That one was a fun one to watch. That one was originally dubbed and licensed by ADV. Sentai has that one. I highly recommend you check that out because that's another good fantasy adventure anime. Rosen Maiden, dubbed by Bang Zoom. Squid Girl season 1, dubbed by Bang Zoom Entertainment. The Knights of Sidonia, dubbed by SDI. Um, and Ajin, Demi-Human, dubbed by Spliced Bread Incorporated. So those are the series that at some point have been licensed by Sentai for distribution, or you can catch them on Anime Network. Specials and OVAs: Pat Labor by Matlin Recording, which is based out of New York. Burn Up by the Burn Up series. They still held on to the Burn Up series. Green Legend Ren, dubbed by Ocean Productions, which means it was dubbed by the basically Ocean. As I said, Ocean Studios was the one that handled the Inuyasha dub, so keep that in mind. Time Boken, Royal Revival, dubbed by Matlin, which I imagine is in New York. Jewel Dem Hunterline, dubbed by Headline, and Parasite Dolls by ADV. And then the films that Sentai has license to include Royal Space Force, The Wings of Homea Mise, dubbed by Animes, and I believe Animes is based out here in LA. Let's see. Um, Pat Labor, the movie, Elastic Media Corporation, again dubbed in New York. Ninja Scroll, probably dubbed in LA because it's Animes. Pat Labor 2, the movie. Sin, the movie, dubbed by ADD. WX, WX, Three Eyes. Pat Labor, the movie 3. Again, dubbed in New York. Live action, of course, they did get the Fukon's property, which was originally dubbed by ADV. Of course, none of these were needed to. And then live action films dubbing Ebirah Horror, The Deep from Frontier Enterprises. Couple Godzilla movies: Godzilla versus Hedorah and then Godzilla vs. Gigan by Axis International, and then Omri Productions, The Return of Godzilla. So those are the titles of those are the titles that Sentai is licensed. So now you're gonna, and I know the next question is, who are some of the voice actors and voice actresses who work for Sentai slash Seraphim Digital Sounds? Um, and I can tell you, I can give you a pretty good brief summary of that. They're kind of in two categories. There are a group of them who started out with ADV and or Sentai who are now splitting their time between that company and Funimation. And then there's ones who are exclusive to who are more or less exclusive to Sentai and Seraphim. So those who are exclusive to Sentai Seraphim include of the guys, the voice actors include Jay Hickman, Blake Shepard, Mark X. Lakowski, Loraldo Anzaldua, um, Corey Hartzog, Houston Hayes, Andy McGavin. Um, so those are the ones who are primarily, basically exclusive to to Sentai. Among some of the voice actresses, probably one of the more um, prominent voice actresses who works exclusively for who's very prevalent and is in a number of different animes for them is Kira Vincent Davis. Also, let's see, Hilary Haig, Jessica Boone, Tiffany Grant, Shelley Kayleen Black, Kelly Madison, Sasha Paysinger, Keitha Coker, Allison Sumrall, um, let's see, Maggie Fleckno, Kara Greenwood, um, let's see, Christina Marie Kelly, um, Meg McDonald, um, Stephanie Whittles. So those are basically the ones who are more or less exclusive to ADV of the voice actors and actresses. The ones who still kind of, well, who at least up through the beginning of this year, or at least through the end of 2018, prior to 2019, the ones who were splitting their time between Sentai in Houston and Funimation in Dallas included, of course, Vic, but with Vic being fired from, Vic Mignogna, who was, fired from Funimation amid the allegations. And as far as I know, he's still involved with them, even if he's not involved in any current projects. But everything I've heard, he's still involved with them, contrary to what Monica said. And she's another one. There's a group of them: Chris Patton, Monica Rial, Lucy Christian, the Ayers brothers, John Swayze, John Gramillion, David Wald, Andrew Love, Brittany Karbowski. Um, that list that I just ran off there are basically a lot of the ones who are basically splitting time. Dave Matranga is another one who are kind of going back and forth between Houston and Dallas there, between Sentai and Funimation. So keep that in mind. Um, and contrary to what Monica said in her deposition, um, from everything I've heard, Vic is not banned from Sentai. In fact, when I was checking that, he's still classified as being active with the company um, on a Wikia page based on dubbing fandom. In fact, I'll check that again. But according to dubbing fandom, he's still classified as an active voice actor with the Seraphim Digital Sounds slash Sentai Filmworks. Let's see. And let's see. And just let's see. Seraphim Digital Sounds. Just so you guys know. Again, they're basically they're still classified as active. A lot of the titles they do, they Well, here I'll just read through this real quick. Seraphim Digital is an American post-production studio located in Houston, Texas. It was founded as Industrial Smoke and Mirrors, the in-house studio to ADV Films. It was renamed ADV Studios in 2005. Afterwards, in 2006, when ADV began offering its services to other companies, the studio was renamed Amusement Park Media before it was sold off by ADV Films to it was then renamed Seraphim Digital. So, contrary to what some people might say, in essence, Sentai and Seraphim are basically the successors to ADV. Okay, contrary to what some people, well, they're different companies. Well, they're in essence a continuation of the same company. But, anyways, the studio is best known for producing English language dubs of Japanese anime series and live action Japanese films released by ADV Films, Sentai Filmworks, Switchblade Pictures, and Made in Japan. Other notable clients include Warner Brothers, Sony Pictures, Microsoft, PBS, and Toei Animation. And then they have a list of all the dubs here. We've already gone through a lot of them, so I'm not going to go through them all again. Basically, everything that needs to be said about Seraphim, with the exception of and I've already mentioned the talent pool. You know, as I said, I came here to see if let's see. So here's the voice actors list, and what I'm seeing here, of course, the little dots indicate that they're inactive or retired or defunct or whatever, meaning they're no longer in the business. The crosses mean that they've passed away for some reason. So let's go. Let me go down to Vic then, and I am pretty sure they still list him here as being basically active. Wait. No. Yes, Vic Mignogna is still listed as Mignogna is still listed as being active with the company. And just in case you guys want to know, yeah, I believe Monica is also still listed being active with the company. Um, yeah, Jade Saxon is also who's with Funimation, also splits her time a bit. She's currently the voice of the English voice of Megumi with yes, Monica Rial as well as her sister Natalie Rial are also involved. Again, though, I don't believe Monica has as much influence as she would like you all to believe, though. So take that with as much a grain of salt as you can. So yeah, so basically that's that's the long and the short of it when it comes to um long and the short of it when it comes to like Sentai Filmworks and Seraphim Digital Sounds and Summation, as I've been saying, they are basically the successor to ADV, which basically means a lot of the people who were involved with ADV had moved on with and are still working through through Sentai Filmworks and Seraphim Digital Sounds. Um, as I hope, guys, I hope this information is helpful. Hope you guys will check out these properties. We'll watch them. If you have, I think if you have some of there are some cable guys. I know Comcast is one cable guy. If you have Anime Network on demand, you can catch a lot of their work there, both sub and dub titles. But I would highly recommend you look for the dub titles. Um, Check out the dub titles at least. Check out the dub work of some of these people. And if you like them, what you can do is contact your local cons and say, hey, I want to meet this person, you know, at, I want to meet this person, at, such and such, at your con. I want to, contact your local cons in a very polite, respectful manner. Hey, I want to see this voice actor or this voice actress at your con. You know, but nothing you ask and get them invited there. You don't have to just take that only Funimation or LA voice actors are available to go to cons. They're all available to go to cons, but the thing is they need to be invited. And the way you get them invited is by contacting your local conventions and letting them know that you want them to invite them there. So with that, I'll have the links below if you want to contact me direct. As always, if you guys have any questions on anything here, if you want like more detail on a particular anime or whatever, you can ask it either in commenting on the video or contact me directly on my Twitter. My handle will be down. My Twitter handle will be down there. You can DM me. You can comment on video. You can ask me specific questions if there's a particular anime you want me to talk more about. You know. Um, I can do that for you to give you more of an idea. Um, and as you guys know, I'm promoting a lot of the different dub companies. Um, I aside from doing these profile videos, of course, I have some links to those dub studios down in my description. Um, and also, I'm still promoting the GoFundmes and Tug's Indiegogo. Um, as always, guys, never feel like you have to donate. Nobody wants to see you go bankrupt. If you have the ability to, it's on your heart to do so, please consider donating. If um, if you've already donated, please consider donating again. And um, if you're not in a position to donate, you can still help out the cause by sharing the link. Maybe there's somebody in your circle of friends who might see it and say, "Hey, yeah, I want to give this guy a hand too." You never know. After all, I mean, no pressure. Just you can always ask at least, right? And as always, guys, if you like this content, please consider liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Um, and hitting the notification bell. We've been hearing of late. Nick has talked about this. Yellow Flash talked about this. I haven't heard it from Tug yesterday. He's heard a little bit about it. YouTube's getting a little funny about subscriptions and all that. So just make sure if you are subscribed, make sure you're still subscribed. I really do want you guys to be watching these videos, and because what I would hope is that as you guys learn more about that there are more animes out there, there are more things that you can partake in. You will watch them. You will want to support the voice actors and get them out to cons. Um, because I'm really working on advocacy here, and I could really use your help there. You guys should check out the dub work of these studios. You know, and see, just check them out and see if you like them. You never know. Um, And with that, hopefully I'll see you tonight for the premiere of Voices Big and Small with Yanni Shot. If I don't, then I guess I'll see you guys on Monday. Bye.